don't have to remember these numbers, but we get to 10-17-7, it'll start spilling into the second pool. We get to 17 on the second pool, it starts spilling into the third pool. When that one gets to 18, well, it all gets to 18, then it'll automatically release into JD14. And here, you know, we can't store 4 inches of runoff, but more like half that. So in any big flood, that will happen. When the flood's over, you know, then we release that gate control storage water. And here's another animation of the things going up. The water's coming into that inlet channel, filling up pool 1. And starting to spill over into pool 2. See, there's a road that goes across in the middle there between those two pools. Eventually you see that bridge go underwater. Similar thing will happen between pool 2 and pool 3. And all the while water is going around in this bypass corridor down that meander. Reestablish river channel. Talk a little bit more about the pools. Pool 1, basically a run-of-the-river pool. When the river's high, there'll be a lot of water in pool 1. Following kind of that 10-17.5, the upper edge of the wood shaded area. If there was no flow in the river, then we'd be down to here. So most of the time you're going to be somewhere in between, and it'll be fluctuating up and down. That's the northern pike spawning pool. And I'm no fisheries expert either, but the idea there is that northern pike like to get out into the shallow areas, the grassy areas, and the cattail areas. They spawn. The eggs kind of stick to the plant stems. The fish hatch, and then as the levels go down, the fish then move back into the channel. So again, that's a short story of what I've been told. But like I said, that one will basically just fluctuate up and down with the river through a range of about 4 feet. When it gets lower than 10-13.5, there'll be no water going around the bypass. It doesn't show up there on this drawing. When it gets to 10-17, actually 10-17.7, it'll start spilling into pool 2. So that's kind of its normal operating range. Pool 2, we envision that as being a moist soil management area. Not every year, because it won't always have water in the fall to put water into it. But we'll probably plant some short season annual compound in pool 2, and either without harvesting or shortly after harvest, we would bleed a little water out of pool 1 into there to reflood that to the waterfall. Pool 3 normally be dry and actually continue to be fine. Kind of a rehash here, but again, the water level will fluctuate over 4-foot range when pool 1. In pool 2, we'll start out with it dry, flood it in the fall. In pool 3, kept as dry as necessary for egg production. Really nice thing about that, and the watershed district is looking at budgets for the oncoming years. There's got to be a way to pay for operation and maintenance on the properties, so that's a way to get that. There's also some possibility in a wetter fall that we can also reflood that after the crops come on. So, you know, look at anything as being purely one use or another. The Waseca River recreation or reestablishment, whatever you want to call it, kind of showing up there on the north side of the impoundment. We've got a meandering channel. Here is where the bottom of that channel will be. It's real close to what the original Corps of Engineers design grade on the KD-14 was. Here's where KD-14 is right now. So again, you can see that 4 or 5 foot down cutting that's occurring again. Existing ground level up here, and the floodway elevation is this top blue line. So water will run down the channel here. When it gets about 4 feet deep, when it escapes out into floodplain or floodway area. At the inlet, this is kind of the configuration, or depicts the configuration. We'll have 3 really large culverts going into the impoundment, and we'll have one 16 by 4 foot culvert going down the river channel. And the idea here is that we'll preferentially send water down the river. So we'll provide basically seasonality of flow like a natural river would have, up until you start getting an excess of water, and then that excess, rather than spilling out of the channel and going everywhere like it used to, that excess will go on into the impoundment. We're also constructing a floodway excavation for the next mile up to the end of what the Corps done. And again, try to provide a connected floodway there to the channel. Kind of depicts what we're doing in the top. Shows the meandering channel within that excavated floodway. Here's a cross section of the floodway here. Kind of see what we're doing. We're excavating a channel that's 4 feet deep. Typical floodway depth's about a foot. All that dirt's going into this pipe over here. Within the meander then, we've got basically pool riffle kind of a design. Not a lot of differential then, but in the bends we'll have pools, and in the straightaways we'll have riffles. And again, we're looking for borrows, so we'll typically take a little additional water here and there. But the polygon there shows will basically be just a divot out in the landscape and provide some different habitats. And we think that that whole corridor really will be a wetland. It'll be a riparian wetland. And then we just try to go along the line. The flows will get out into the floodway basically on that basis, and won't be very deep. Funding for this one, we think it's going to cost about $35 million. Again, the state's the big player. We're not only getting FDR funding this time, we're also getting some Lessard-Sam's money for some extra costs associated with that floodway program. This is a new thing for us, and we're really excited about getting that incorporated. The one time we didn't think we could get funding. We went back to Lessard-Sam's 3 times and finally got some. Oh, I should. Oh, I'm sorry.
How much Lessard-Sam's money?
$3 million. I screwed up there. I think that was my last slide. Yeah, I didn't break it out, but I think it's $3 million out of that state fund. So actually, it doesn't really add a lot of money to the project, but it makes it not all come out of the flood damage reduction. What I was going to show you is a new player here, and that's the Fargo Moorhead Diversion Authority. And they've developed or are developing a funding mechanism for water that can be stored upstream. And we're anticipating around $4.5 million from there. So thank you. That pretty much the end of my slides. We still have a few minutes. That's right for any questions. Like I said, shout them out.
We're going to talk about permitting and how that played out with these projects a little bit.
Yeah. You know, the bottom line is it's as difficult for us to get the permits to do this as it would be if we were building a shopping mall or a parking lot. I'm speaking primarily wetland permits. That's, you know, that's the main ones. You need really dam safety permits and those things too. But the wetland permitting, really the permitting entities haven't quite caught on to what we're doing out here, which is really creating wetland. Much more, particularly out this farm areas than what was there before the project. But in general, they still look only at the negative side and don't really offset, you know, the positive. So, you know, we've got the same hassles that anybody else is trying to do something on the landscape has when there are wetlands. You look at the landscape though, I mean, it's all farm. Both of these projects, you know, they're 97% cropland, the rest of the roads, or in ditches, and that's what most of the wetlands are. You know, there's a few low spots out in the field that might not be adequately drained, but mostly the wetlands that exist out there right now are ditch bottoms. There are ditch bottoms in the roads, there are ditch bottoms in those legal ditches, there are ditch bottoms out in the field ditches. So it adds up. That's a pre-stormwater project, it's not difficult to find. Yes.
And are you doing native seeding along those floodplains that you construct as part of the second Red Path project?
I didn't get that either.
Are you doing native seeding in the floodplain that you're constructing?
Yeah, that whole floodway will be native. Yes.
Great.
Annual maintenance of the sediment that comes in and how that affects the function of these, is it quite substantial?
Not too bad. North Ottawa project, we can definitely see deposition of sediment within the inlet channel itself. That's where most of it drops out. You know, the heavier stuff at least, the larger particles have dropped out in the inlet channel. Part of that is coming from or came from, I hope, I can put it in the past, some erosion along the diversion channels. And it wasn't erosion in the channel itself. We had some really heavy rains during construction and you know, wash coming off the fields and into the ditch. You know, it gets carried down to the inlet channel. In the inlet channel, then, the velocity is reduced, you know, because of backwater effect from the dam. And that's where it drops out. We haven't seen anything really significant in the way of deposits in the pool areas themselves, at least not yet. But the finer particles, of course, the colloidal stuff, the clays, you know, that's not depositing in the inlet channel. That's going in the inlet. But you know, we can handle a lot of sediment for a lot of years before we'll see any real reduction in the volume. Past it. But it's an issue for maintenance, or will be. On Red Path, we expect we'll have the same thing. There'll be sediment coming down, and most of it will deposit then in the inlet channel through the impoundment site where the slowest velocities are. One advantage, disadvantage, I don't know what you want to call it, but just about 4 miles maybe upstream from this project, is a old WPA days, dam that was constructed. So we've got this big sediment trap on which they can river inspection. That doesn't fill up that. There's a pretty nice little lake. Yes.
Is the state the landowner for these two projects at this point?
No, the watershed district is. Land acquisition is one of the biggest, you know, issues that we face. You know, you're looking at acquiring a lot of land. Remember that picture though of the North Ottawa project, all flooded. had one big landowner out there, he owned about 2/3 of that pool area, and then some other land that was adjacent to the 3 square miles, they was also trying to find those flood code. And he'd had it, he basically offered to sell that to the watershed district. So we got in one big chunk, basically about 3 square miles worth of land. We still needed some within the impoundment, but we used the other land we acquired as trade and got it that way. Similarly on the red path, you can see again, it's a real flood prone area. The farmers, you know, in that area, really anxious to solve the problems and they're pretty much willing to sell it. We're down to needing only 1/4 now inside the impoundment. Everything else has been bought. We bought there again, the first chunk of it, we bought from a farmer who was ready to give up. Any other questions? Maybe just a couple of closing thoughts in response to all of them. You know, we go through different eras. And certainly the first major era that happened out in this landscape was, you know, the development, the agricultural development. And certainly from the standpoint of environmental loss, you know, it was a pretty destructive era. Basically converted whatever was out there, so basically converted to so that was the first era, the destructive era. And then, you know, probably starting about the time Peter Roosevelt, you know, we got into thinking we could do reserves and things on the landscape. And within the Red River Basin was a lot of that. A lot of the big wildlife areas that are out there now didn't have to take Roosevelt's time. It was kind of the start of putting aside some things that were still, you know, it's kind of in the water. So there's been preservation, and of course we're still doing preservation today, certainly wetlands, trying to avoid at least the good wetlands that are left. But I think, you know, realistically, we've got to realize that there's a limit to how far you can go with that. At some point, there isn't that much left to say. There's not much value left in what you could reserve. Probably currently, you know, in the restoration kind of era, where in my mind, you know, it's sort of picking the low-hanging fruit here. It's easy to put wetlands back on the landscape if you've got an area that was drained or but even that one, you know, we're going to run out of those kind of opportunities. So when I see projects like this, where the rebuilding of a creation area, we need to start thinking about, okay, what's missing on the landscape and how can we put it back or put it better. And you know, I know that's not, you know, it's not currently what's in vogue. In general, agencies and everyone else prefers the restoration mode, but eventually, you know, we've got to start thinking creation. Certainly, out in the Red River Basin, that's where the opportunities currently lie. And what we need to do, in my mind, is learn how to do that right, you know, so that when we do create lands out there, we're getting a lot of benefit. We're getting a lot of benefit without having to take up too much of the existing ag area. So the kind of experiments, you know, we've built this thing with 9 cells. Part of the thinking there is, hey, that's a research facility. We can try a lot of different things out there and see what works, go for water quality, allow them management, whatever. Learn from that and hopefully apply it to other projects that are going on. So anyway, we need a lot of help in that regard. Part of it.
Did you look at aquaculture at all? Growing fish or rice or anything?
Nice idea. It certainly got kicked around, you know.
Yeah.
we could do those kind of things, and, or grow wild rice. There are some things you could produce that would be in that line, yeah.
Yeah.
Not seriously on the outlook,
Yeah.
but that certainly should be one of the things that we look at. Yes.
Were you required for the Ottawa project to mitigate for whatever wetlands were within the basin, and will mitigation be required for the Red Path project?
Yes, the first question, yeah, we did mitigate that one. We bought it from a bank. It wasn't a big chunk. Doug and I were trying to remember exactly how many acres we found out, but I think it was like about 4. And I think we 1.5 times bank that just covered that. You know, we're trying to make the argument that these kind of projects are self-mitigating. In fact, we're going to create compounds of wetlands that are currently out there. There should be some kind of a special permit to facilitate doing these kind of projects, just treat it a little bit differently, work it a little bit. But, the current system really isn't set up to recognize it. So we're trying to make the argument. We expect we'll probably have to mitigate those. Hopefully it won't be too many miles. Because again, it's all farm field. And the wetlands that are out there pretty much is leach bottom. They're pretty convenient farm fields. Well, thanks again.
Thanks, Charlie. Everybody, feel free to load up on coffee and cookies on your way out the door.